Yo, what's going on, guys? Oh, man, I wish Killing Floor 3 would come out already. It's getting kind of annoying. It's taking so damn long to come out. Hold on. Oops. There we go. But yeah. We guys had a good Christmas and all that stuff and that. Our Christmas was pretty good. Went out to eat and then we did. My parents bought me a little bit of stuff and that. Bought me, my dad bought me like a mug warmer for coffee and that. It's true. I think I'm gonna start drinking coffee in the morning time and do pre-workout later because coffee, pre-workout, unless I'm recovering, not because I do need the creatine and all that stuff to recover a little quicker. But coffee seems to do really good, so it's kind of cool to give me that. He gave me two like really nice pajama pants. I got a really cool leather jacket because I don't have one, so I got that. And then I got some slippers, some house shoes that are really fucking nice. But yeah, it was pretty nice. Hope you guys had a good Christmas and that. My back's a little fucked up. I think I did too much lats today. Not enough hydration. So I'm slowly recovering that right now. But yeah, it's been going pretty good. Playing the crap out of my other game. Playing it a lot. I got Prestige at least once a day, sometimes twice, depending on the day, but yeah. It's a really fun game. It takes a little bit sometimes, but it's fun. But yeah.
I'm a natural. Careful, guys. Smackdown. I will make sure the next wave is more challenging.
But yeah, this is really nice Christmas though. I normally don't like getting stuff for Christmas. I buy stuff throughout the year, but it's like a surprise to get certain things. I bought for myself Space Marines 2, which is a really fun game, but kind of a pain in the ass. Because the AI, you're supposed to be like this super powerful Space Marine that has like. So I did like the lure on that, and like Space Marines are supposed to be like indestructible type shit, like they can't die. Thought that was kind of funny that, not that you die fast in that game because you don't, but you get swarmed by a lot of enemies. And it's kind of annoying. It's like playing Killing Floor, but not as ridiculous. But yeah.
My generosity in activating the pod will not last forever, Piggy. Hurry!
But yeah, we're supposed to be getting wage increase because our minimum wage has jumped up by like $1.50 almost, like $1.40. Hopefully minimum wage doesn't have to jump up anymore, so we could just make money. Come on, dude.
Just gotta make sure.
But yeah. Some people, I'm hearing a lot of people crying about the election still. These people are literally just crying about every damn thing that's happening. They cry about this, they cry about that. It's like constant bitching about shit.
It's totally secure. The Zeds are far underperforming.
Fuck off, dude. There we go. Nice. Yeah, it's just like some people accept the election what it is. Like, if Democrats ever did win that, I'd rather not. I don't care because their policies are shite anyway. But I just live life. Like a lot of people get really like fucking butthurt over stuff, and I was like, why are you getting butthurt over stuff? It's like, well, you know, Democrats should always win. Then, like, no, I don't think anyone should always win. Every time you look at the like way politics is run, there's always one side that always implicates actual things they do. And of course, there's corruption on both sides. Of course, both sides there's good people too. So we always have to look like that. So it's the ones that I've noticed that don't want to be leaders. They want to be money makers. They want to make money. And since we get taxed literally over $40 trillion, yeah, $40 trillion a year. People themselves want to be like, oh, that's just simple, easy money. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how people generate all this money in that, and they want you to sit there and think that it's okay. Oh, our tax dollars are going for only this specific thing. $4 trillion, guys. That's too much money. And for knowing that they take that much, it's from every tax, not just from their paychecks, not just from gas, tobacco, weed. It's from just normal expenses. So every time you buy something, you get taxed like 2%. All that should be taken away. Like state tax, understand? But federal tax, people understand. You pay nothing in state. You pay absolutely nothing in state. Like I barely pay like 2% in state tax. I pay like almost 20% federal. 20 fucking percent of my paycheck. If I get paid over $1,000, it's literally 20% of my money goes towards federal. And it gets higher and higher and higher because the percentage grows. It doesn't just stay at a flat rate. If it stayed at 10%, that'd be good because it's going to go up anyway. So I got to pay 1,000, it's 10%. They take 100, but no, they don't like doing that. They like to micromanage how much money you make, which is the stupidest fucking thing ever. And this is what pisses people off the most. You want to micromanage how much survival people have. Hence the reason why people are getting so annoyed with our taxes. I don't want them to take care of me. I don't need them to take care of me. I don't have insurance. I don't have medical insurance. I don't care. Like, it's always the what if. Well, if you get hurt, I was like, well, if I'm dumb enough to get my ass fucking brutally fucking murdered and get fucking hurt because of my own stupidity, that hospitals are there to, more or less likely, to help people that either have stuff happen to them because they have certain illnesses that happen out of nowhere, which it does happen, or you're just that fucking retarded to get fucking hurt or get shot because of certain other things, because of other people, or whatever it might be. I lived my whole entire life, never broke any bones. I got like muscle damage, like my back cramps up, my legs will fucking cramp up a little bit, and stuff happens in your life. But the stupid shit that happened in my life, like I got too high off THC and I got all fucked up in that. I had to be on the IV and that, which I didn't need to, but I know my limits now. I don't do any of that shit. I don't smoke weed. My girlfriend does, but like she knows, she inhales and I get an after fact high off her, and I chill out for a little bit. Certain things I can do, like I don't drink and all that stuff and that. Basically I drink is pre-workouts, protein shakes, and eat food. But yeah, it's just like becomes a nuisance with people, and then I would be sitting there like what's going on? Like, come on, guys, let's get our shit together. I know life sucks sometimes. I know life's all over the place. That's why we pray and don't do fucking drugs. Like my girl's starting to learn that stuff now. Like she's like, oh, I don't want to be at work in that because it's miserable, man. Then like she went to the job and then everything's working out and she's feeling happy in that. Okay. Okay, now my check's fucking pending. I got almost $1,000. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So it's gonna come in tomorrow. Nice. But yeah, it's always the little things in life. So we focus on certain things and make us better. We just try to. Oh man. Oh. Damn, a workout didn't feel that good today. Last
chance for guns and ammo, piggies. Secure the perimeter and keep all the Zeds out if you can.
This one kind of sucks, Dick.
Wrong. So wrong. Damn it! Nailed him!
perfect force. Even a fool gets lucky on occasion.
Nice. I love this gun. It's this gun and another gun. I like the best guns in the game. This gun's amazing.
Found a weapon.
Yeah, don't buy armor. It makes my job much easier.
I do like this pump shotgun though. Pump shotgun always makes me happy. Yeah, I gotta keep on. Yeah, I got house zippers on. They do really good actually. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that fucker hurt. Ooh. No, it's my back joint. With my lat and my back. Oh, I felt so fucking good. Wow, that felt so good. Oh. And this is my right side. My back's been really fucking tensed up. You know what? I want to get it out so I can be able to fucking heal. Yeah, I can feel it kind of like stretching out now. Oh, man, it's a different feeling. Oh. Oh, man, that felt great. Yeah, I gotta see how much bills are gonna be this fucking week. I gotta. Nice, okay, he's up there. How much does he attack for per second? 19. It did that shit again. I didn't. Why do I have 19 points? That's kind of weird. Hmm. Skill crit, skill damage, skill cooldown, skill damage. I didn't even know I had that many of them. Oh, this game's weird.
Someone will pay for
The
it.
anticipation is mounting. Just 10 more seconds until the real experiment begins. Wait 5.
Carson's fat ass.
Watch out! Nailed him! Oh shit! My skin's burning!
fire.
I'm expert at making oatmeal. I guess it did give me 19. I'm confused why it gave me 19 for. I have no fucking idea. It just gave me a shit ton of fucking points. Let's kick up a couple more characters up. You got 11. Let's drop that in there.
But at making oatmeal.
That's great. That's convenient. I do like these guns though.
Anyone need ammo? Oh, thank you, me.
My fucking nose. I'll be right back. Yeah, I wish I got paid earlier. There's a lot of other places get paid at like Wednesday and I did on Tuesday.
any of this, isn't it interesting that everything patriarchy says, everything that guys like to say that women are, is actually what men are. Let's start with the basics. Okay. Women are bad drivers. Actually, men are worse drivers. So bad that they're in charge of the drivers because of accidents and traffic tickets and they have lived their lives. Women talk to men. Actually, men talk to men. Multiple studies across different contexts like school and work have concluded that it is in fact true that men talk more and perceive that they have talked less. We all know that men are known to interrupt women. Yeah.
It's now time to play everyone's favorite game, What is the Patriarchy? Well, it's pretty simple. You just randomly guess what the patriarchy is because modern women refuse to actually put a definition on the patriarchy while still using it to blame every single problem that ever happens to them. If I had to venture a guess, I'm going to think of the patriarchy used to be a 1920s speakeasy that was reopened in the early 2000s, and they're still open to this day and currently trying to reclaim the term flapper to describe women in their 40s who show up to try to hit on young guys. If you ask me, this definition works just as well as any other. And this woman is so grossly ill-informed when it comes to anything that she's just pulling random facts out of her butt to try to pass them off as facts. Don't believe me? Take a look at this. A 5-second Google search actually shows us that women pay more in car insurance premiums annually. So I guess Google is run by the patriarchy, or at least it would be if we could actually get an adequate definition for this stupid thing.
Silence them and get their idea. Women are so emotional. Women are not the ones that are taking a to inventing the grocery store and its shoppers. We are also not the ones declaring war because we are incapable of working something out to make the world bigger. Next.
I found ammo.
Women are lucid. If you think that you are entitled to somebody in your house cleaning up, taking care of the home, taking care of the children, or you do whatever you're doing, you're the mooch.
I love these women. I love when women always want to tell men, us, how to be men.
Not even my clothes.
It's like, well, maybe we should tell you how to be a woman, and that's the problem when you get intelligent. When you have too much intelligence as anybody, you start to fight against things that make fucking sense. You want to fight against it because you want to sit there and make life harder for yourself because you're a fucking moron by fighting against stuff that fucking works.
Gotcha.
That's what the problem of it is.
Just gotta make sure.
Fight against stuff that fucking works.
I'm making
Men have traits. Men are sacrificers. We sacrifice everything to have children, to do this, to have a wife that stays home, takes care of us. Women are more or less more hornier than fucking guys are. Because older women are ferociously fucking more hornier, but older guys are not as horny because we have shit to be taken care of. So we preoccupy ourselves to take care of things that make fucking sense.
angry lumberjack folks.
No, Zed's penetrated the perimeter.
No, I am
I am
35.
and a bit
Say, my uncle's 60. He tells me the same thing. He's like, I don't care about the sexual interaction. I have women chase after me constantly in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s. He said it himself as a very, as a man that's been basically never had kids and that. He worked, he made a bunch of money and stuff and that, and he has women crawling after him, stalking him, wanting to have kids with him because he has a lot to offer. And he's a goofy, outgoing person. He lifts weights just like I do. He lives a healthy life. He maintains good stuff. And he has fucking resources.
Gotcha. I need this on the Snapchats. Oh shit.
And that's the biggest thing that all women want. Women want fucking resources.
I will make sure the next wave is
Yes, real women will love you for who you are, and they'll accept the resources that you have. They'll work with you and make resources more better, more official. Because they're not massive fucking moochers. We get these girls that make their own money in that. They want to complain about not having a man, so they structurally make man a specific way in their head.
Watch it. More there.
Go to
And they bitch about it. It's like, we don't need you to tell us who we are.
data on that flash pound kill is being
Because evidently you don't know who you are. So let's structurally tell you who you are. And let you get fucking massively fucking butthurt because you'll keep on saying you can't do that. And I'll say, well,
and keep all the Zeds out if you can.
I'm like, bitch, that's what I'm going to do.
Anyone?
I'm going to do that. I keep hearing the same argument over and over again with a lot of women. Same bullshit.
Easy.
They want this, they want that, they want this, they want that. They don't know what they want. I'm like, that's the problem right there. Just be fucking pleasant. That's it. Just be pleasant. It's not fucking rocket science. It's not anything to do with anything. Just be pleasant. It's pretty fucking simple. You be pleasant, life gets easier. Be pretty.
You're not there enough.
Stop trying to be a fucking man
Flash power.
when you're trying to date a man.
Renfred will see they are properly recycled. You won with
That makes no sense.
even a fool gets lucky on occasion.
It really makes no sense. You got women think just because you pay bills and that, you're like, I'm a man. No, you can pay bills and still be a woman. Actually, you'll have more benefits of just being a woman. Stop being masculine. Literally. Women get paid more by being fucking feminine. It's pretty fucking simple. Look pretty, be skinny, wear nice clothes, show off your tits and ass, whatever you want to do. It all depends on who you are. And do it. It's not that difficult. But you got these twat waffles online that staring at screens and that, like this one's doing. And they have this one guy commenting on the thing. He says, they are practically like children. This is why men lead most of the time. And this woman's complaining about it. Yeah. Factual truth is, men lead because women are irresponsible with certain things. Well, we take care of it. Yeah, that's called nurturing. That's your fucking job. But there's single men that have children, take care of their children just as good as a fucking woman. So it's basically saying, and actually, there's a huger percentage of men that have better fucking children than women do when they take care of them. Because men don't give in to the bullshit of making their boys, their young sons, into fucking pussies. Women want to emotionalize their sons into pussies, but they want to masculine their daughters into men. See? Fathers don't do that. Fathers know how to do it. Women do not. Women are not supposed to raise their children. They're supposed to nurture them, which means take care of them. That's why fathers spoil their daughters. Because they're supposed to be spoiled. Men are not supposed to be spoiled. So let's talk about parenting 101. Females are by far the worst parents in the world in raising their children. Because they don't do the same thing that men do. Men raise their boys like fucking warriors to be strong, to be independent. Women raise their daughters like warriors. And they would teach their daughters how to manipulate men. And yes, they fucking do. Why do you think women manipulate the fuck out of men more than men manipulate women? Because men can't manipulate women. Only time we can manipulate women is if we fucking ignore them. Not saying a fucking word. Ignoring a woman makes them drive towards you more. Just for that, women are emotionally fucking retarded. They run on fucking emotions 100%. The ones that say they run on logic too, the ones that got these high school or fucking college degrees in that, guess what? You're still stupid. Because you are stupid. You act stupid. You talk about things that don't fucking matter. I hear it all the time. All these channels, all these dudes, talk about all these girls on TikTok. As soon as any of these women get something structurally against them, guess what happens? They freak out. But the ones that are most attractive are the ones that don't freak out. Them are the women that most men want. I was eating food. And it's kind of sad. That's how fucking mentally retarded some people are. You stupid. That's why I listen to all these fucking women bitch and moan on YouTube and bitch and moan on TikTok and all this same garbage shit. It's a fucking nuisance. And they want to act like they're intelligent because they can sit there and say a bunch of random shit that has nothing to do with it. It's like when you say stuff, this woman I'm watching on my big TV on YouTube. It's called Lock the Bounty Hunter. It basically talks about women being better, modern women being ignorant. Y'all got Botox lips and shit, got fake tits. Everything's fucking fake on them. Like, I can't get a man. I had a man when I was in my 20s, but I did something stupid where I fucked my life up. And I have to wait till I'm in my 30s to get a man. But all the men in my 30s don't want me in that because the chance of me having kids goes down very dramatically in my 30s. Yeah, because you're following social society. Be stupid as fuck in your 20s. 20s are the primary thing of growing after high school when you become more independent to do things you want to do. But since schools don't teach you fucking anything, because schools are retarded, public schools don't teach you fucking shit. They don't teach you financial strategies. All they teach you to do is be a fucking retard when you get out of fucking school. You're sitting there like, well, what do I do? I'm not popular kid anymore because everyone's, a lot of fucking older people than me and that. There's people that are cooler than me and all stuff. That's what they do. Look at me, I'm cool in that in high school with fucking 200 fucking people. You walk on the real world, there's fucking hundreds of thousands of people. Thousands of people that you see every day, that I see every day walking the streets. Also, I got to interact with lots of different people. Some, I don't interact with them at all. And they fucking sit there. Come on, guys. High school's fucking retarded. Learn how to communicate. Learn your role in life. Faster you do it, the better off it is. Don't listen to anybody fucking telling you stupid shit. And don't go to fucking college unless you really fucking have to because you actually enjoy research and studies. The best thing you do is research the Bible. You actually learn a lot more because These colleges teach you fucking garbage too. No one goes to college just to learn. They go to college to get a fucking degree that actually does nothing for them. To sum up, education is a fucking bullshit. Everyone that gets a PhD in anything are actually dumber than the average fucking person in this world. Because all the knowledge they know is not the real world. It's fucking their own fantasy land. I know drug dealers on the street corner that are more intelligent than a fucking PhD. Reading bullshit from a book and remembering bullshit in your head about a bullshit reality that is complete bullshit. You get into the real reality and they're like, well, I got a PhD, but it's hard for me to deal with customer service. I'm like, well, how do you guys do this shit? I'm really intelligent, but I still don't know how to do this. How many times do you hear fucking stupid ass motherfuckers say that? I remember I was up at Wendy's and that. I was doing some Indian voice and that, trying to have fun with people and that. And this one guy, he had his little college friends of him and that. Like his friends from school and shit. I guess he was older than that. He said something about changing the order and that. He's like, well, I just want water instead of soda, so I don't have to pay for the soda. I said, wow, you're really smart now. I didn't even never think of that. He says, yes, because I got a PhD. I said, and I saw him, that super high standard dude that lives in fucking Lima, lives in South County, you live in St. Louis and that. We're ghetto as fuck half the time. My region's not super ghetto, but it's a ghetto influence. And you're fucking sitting there. I got a PhD, so let me know how you switch soda to fucking water. That is how stupid a person is that goes to college. Like, wow, bro, did you spend $100,000, $200,000 to learn how to switch soda to fucking water? Well, I wouldn't imagine that. A fucking 5-year-old could do that. 5-year-old could pick up fucking blocks and make a fucking building. But you need a PhD and go fuck yourself to be acting like you're smart. Yeah, you act like you're smart because you're really fucking stupid, because reality says you're stupid because you know basically nothing. You're probably sitting there with no fucking job, probably working at a fucking car wash like me with a motherfucking PhD. And you wasted $300,000 to $400,000 to get that PhD and fucking bullshit. That's fucking hilarious. You want to go to college, learn financials, learn how money works, learn how to survive. Take survival classes, learn how to build a fucking fire and that. Them things actually fucking matter. Or how to cook food. Take cooking classes. Cooking food's amazing. That'll get you way more pussy than getting a PhD in fucking molecular biology and some stupid shit like that they don't give a fuck about. What are you gonna do? Look through a scope and look through bullshit that everybody else seems to be doing anyway?
My ears! Stop me!
That's how fucking stupid people are, do that shit. My brother's one of them, though. He's about to get his master's in fucking teaching. Teaching! I teach people. I teach people. You gotta get a college degree to say you can teach people? Number one, that's retarded. Like, I understand he's doing it because he's making more money off of it. Cool. How many people have you actually taught to actually make their lives fucking better? But the thing is, you're not going through what you're actually teaching. You're going through what they tell you to teach. So you're not actually teaching anything that's morally correct. You're teaching stuff that's not morally correct. You're going through a book that was made back in the fucking 20s, and you're teaching gobbledygook so you can get paid. I get paid $0. I got people jobs on my streams. I got people to get girlfriends and stuff and that.
I assume you're
That's what I'm saying. None of that shit fucking matters. I don't get a fucking prep up. I don't get a fucking envelope saying good job. You helped people out in that. I don't get praise for it besides the people that are actually on my streams that have done that shit. Exactly. That's the point. I don't need to be recognized. I don't care.
10 seconds.
But people want that recognition of saying, you're special. You're like, yeah, I'm special. What, you fucking 5? You 3? I mean, I special. Yeah, good.
My tests
We're all special in some way or another.
annoying.
Cool, right?
Die now.
I don't get praised every 5 seconds to say, like, look at me.
Smashing you is not enough. You are annoying me.
No, I'm just a fucking streamer that works at a fucking car wash.
Cheap to make.
But I research a lot of interesting things. I listen to people and that, especially people that have more wisdom than me. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, me.
No, these people are always so brainwashed, and they don't know what brainwashing is. I remember one time I was sitting there. I got to argue with my dad a little while ago, and that we had some, issues in that. And my brother came in. He's like, "Why don't you go back to college?" And that. I was like, "Why?" So you need to get unbrainwashed. I'm like, just listen to your fucking statement. Unbrainwashed. I'm like, you can't get unbrainwashed when I'm not brainwashed. How do you get? You have to be brainwashed first to be unbrainwashed. Like, I speak the truth of what I see in creation. You speak the truth of what you read in a textbook that was made by someone that made up shit half the time, and you want to think that's what life is. What? I'm like, okay,
The anticipation is
and that's the things that separate us. I said, I don't judge you for being who you are. You judge me for being who I am, so that means that you're the one that's brainwashed for judging me for who I am.
11.
I don't need to judge you, because I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't care about other people's lives unless they're doing something dramatically fucking stupid that I know that's dumb, or that I know that could be, bad for them. Like popping fucking pills and shit. Or doing drugs and that. Yeah. That's good. I'm trying to help them out. I'm not trying to be like, oh, look at me, I'm better than you. Some people say that. It's like, well, you think you're better than me. It's not about being better, it's about being healthier. That's what you have to say. But people don't say that. They're like, well, you're trying to be better than me. It's like, there's no such thing as being better. It's being healthier. Being a little bit more intelligent to understand how the body works. Because I like researching the fucking body and that.
I will make sure the next wave is not challenged.
Those moody fledge pals.
I listen to a lot of people that research how the body works and that. Sometimes I don't like listening to certain people.
Forever, piggy.
Like, I listen to bodybuilders to build muscle. Why? Because they're the fucking professionals that build a muscle. Well, they're on steroids and that. Yeah, when you have to work out twice a day to build all that mass and eat all that food and that, who the fuck are you gonna listen to? A fat ass instead of like, oh, I used to be skinny. Jesus always stated the best way possible how to judge people. If you are a hypocrite of the thing that you're talking about, you shall not judge someone. Now that's basically saying is, if you're a fat ass and you're trying to get someone that's fat too, that's younger than you, so to speak, and you say you need to lose weight, you have no reason to say absolutely nothing because you do not do the same. Because funny thing is, people in good shape, people that are skinny now, people that lift weights and that, they don't go up to fat people and say, you gotta lose weight. The only reason why fat people say that stuff is because they don't like themselves, so they have to replicate it to someone else to make themselves feel better. That's exactly what a lot of people do. And they constantly do it. Why? Because they don't like themselves. So they have to make everybody else feel miserable because they're miserable. Self-love is the most powerful thing to ever learn. Love yourself. Who gives a shit what other people say about you? If you think that you specifically need to be better, then be better. If you're fat, then get skinny. Learn. Educate yourself. See, we want to make a new norm for people that are unhealthy. Like all this fat fucking embracement and shit.
That means
No offense. No one wants to be fat. People should never be fat. It's not immoral. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's you die quicker. Got all the. I mean, people are fucking fat. Like they're gigantic fucking fat. It's scary. Like they're 400 pounds and shit. Like whoa. I'm like. Being a little touchy now, I kind of understand. But when you're fucking like, if you're 20, 30 pounds overweight, I understand. But you're fucking 100 pounds overweight? What the fuck? Are you serious? Fuck off, bitch. Like...
I just plugged you in.
That's what makes it really funny, though.
You've got a clone.
clean up, Sir.
I'm always gonna status what Jesus says. I'm always gonna say it. I'm always gonna status it. I'm always gonna put it out in front. That holy man knew exactly how humans are and how fucking retarded we can be. And the amount of love that he had for us, the sacrifice for us, you should listen to his freaking words and actually understand what it is to be a human being. Society's ran by people that are fucking ignorant and they only care about themselves and they're very fucking stupid.
That felt good.
Like when people sit there and mock the Bible constantly and then they mock certain things and I'm like, did you know that that stuff actually makes fucking sense? Like, just be good to people. People say, well, the Bible killed all these people, did all stuff and that. But the reason why it happened is because of going against God. God's not a type of... God himself, when you learn about God, learn about the Father, he disciplines. Death to him is not like it is to us. It's not the same. He doesn't live in our time. He doesn't live where we live. He is here. He's everywhere. That's the biggest thing that people don't understand about the Father. They want to try to replicate it. Like, God should do this. God should do that. Oh, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a little bit like, shut the fuck up. Don't ever say what God needs to do. It ain't your thing at all. Know what you do is you shut the fuck up, stop being such a fucking bitch, and get over yourself. You are mortal. You will die. You don't live forever. It's just how life is. You give thanks to the one up above for the eternity that you could live in. Stop being thinking that you could do this. God needs to do this. God will do things for you. God will fight your enemies for you. He, the three, Holy Spirit, Jesus, God. So when people need to understand that, stop throwing down what God needs to do. I will never replicate that ever again. I used to think about it because you don't see it. God's the only one that knows what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's what they call it, a blessing. That's why our bodies are forced to sleep. People that stay up for 24 hours or 48 hours a day, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to sleep. Sleep is like your spiritual awakening. It grows on you, makes you feel better, makes you stronger and that. People run around with their heads cut off and that, because they're stressing out and that's the point. God doesn't want you to stress out. Why would God want you to stress out for? You say, well, I don't get what I want. What do you mean? What do you need? Ain't what you want's what you need. People don't replicate that. They want and want and want and want and want. And God does give you what you want. But people still want to complain about it. How many times out of the day people bitch and moan about shit, and then it ends up fixing itself anyway? You want to know how God works? Let me put it to you this way. I don't know exactly, but I researched it enough to understand how it works. When you pray, Jesus said, when you pray, God gives you the blessings. Now, when do they happen? Depends on the time frame. You do not get everything you want up front, because that's not how it works. You have to go through trials. Some things can happen up front. Like people ask for strength. It's not like you're going to wake up and look like Arnold. That's not how it works. You have to work out. You learn the first thing you do. First thing is you learn the knowledge of it, because you have to learn the knowledge of it to be able to perform it. So you learn how to eat better. You learn micronutrients. You learn the nutrients of the body now. You learn how the body works in that. And then you lift weights and you build up your body. But wisdom comes first before the body. So when people say, I want money, you need wisdom first before you can make that money. Because how many people win the lottery and they blow all their money away? $500 to $600 million. These people literally become a billionaire at just winning one thing. Well, that's the curse. Anybody, I said to myself, if I ever won anything of that much money in that, say it was like $1.4 billion and I won $1 billion worth of money in that. People are like, oh my God, everything. Be like this and that, like, oh, life's so great and that, look at me, I got status. Look at me, people like me. People don't like you. People don't give a fuck about you. People never cared about you having money. People don't care. Why? Because you're not helping them. Okay, think about that. And God is the most wealthiest, rich, smartest, powerfulest entity, period. People don't care about him because you think that he doesn't give you anything. But just imagine, he's not as pathetic as we are. His love and holiness is internally He is who he is. He is perfect in every way possible. We need to stop thinking that mortals can implicate God. We're not supposed to understand him in the way that he understands us. So for that, we need to look at ourselves and say, hey, someone that is all powerful, we should be giving thanks to because he's powerful. He said, you shall fear me. You say, well, why do I have to be with, Jesus, be with God in that? Because this is his. We're living in his world. No matter how much people implicate the worldly things over heavenly things, Father's prayer. The Father's prayer explains specifically how we are. Our Father, whose art is heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We make the choice to live a specific way. And I repeat the same thing over again because it's to understand. Away from God, you live hell. With God, you live heaven. It's not to say you can't be happy, but when you're happy, living hell on earth, you live in the worldly means, which means everything you attach your emotions to, which is how it works with God, for what I've realized from my own ways of dealing with myself and that, with Jesus and that. You give your emotions, which is your spirit, to God, and he makes you live a happy life because he already knows what you need and what you want. People get brainwashed by the worldly things, and they think they need all this stuff that they don't need. God still does give you it because you give him faith. You give him love. But that's the point. Love. People that don't give God love, at least it's not as much as they need to, they live life hell on earth. You have a choice. And some people go against it. Look, what I don't believe is that everyone's born. Life is God's love. That's why people want to have an abortion. They're trying to take God's love away. And guess what happens to many people that do have abortions? They live terrible lives. Their lives are terrible, horrible lives. All because it didn't have that child. That's what it is. My neighbor across the street, not to talk about business, she had to have an abortion. Because her parents would have said it would have ruined her life. You know what happened is if she would have kept that kid, kept God's child being born, instead of gutting herself out like a fucking retard that she is with her parents being fucking stupid, look at her now. She's miserable. She lives a shitty ass life. That's what it is. And people say, well, many people don't go against God's will. You just don't know that you're doing it because you don't understand. Because no one reads the Bible anymore. No one's trying to understand our world because they do all this different religious stuff and that. There was a religious analyst. He was sitting there. Saw the short of it. He says, I've researched every single religion that there is. Everything points towards Jesus. And he says, knowing that everyone recognized Jesus as being alive, and only one Bible recognized him to be the Son of God, he says, I would have to believe that Jesus is the Son of God because everybody else recognized him. They still recognize him in that, but only one Bible does. The Holy Bible only recognizes he is the Son of God. Every other religion says he's not. Why is that? All those other religions are going against the Son of God, which means these people are the Antichrist. These people are Satanism. These people don't understand the true culture of God because they choose not to. When you say that you have 12 disciples, hundreds of people have seen Jesus do the things that he did, which is why, the Bible is so correct, because it wasn't just by Jesus himself. People were writing down what he was doing. They wrote down everything. They wrote down everything that they saw, everything that he did. And people would say, well, blah, 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 blah. They wrote it all down. The Bible wasn't probably created until after he died, but everything was still written down. They looked at everything in that. That's why the Bible is the most bought book in the world. That's why they can't get rid of it, because it is the God's word. They won't. They can't. They could take it from schools, but just imagine if all the holy Bibles in the world that were all burnt in that, I would have mercy on our souls, because we would all fucking die. I ain't gonna lie. We'd all be perished. But they know that. That's why they don't do it. The people that control us, these people have all this money and that. They want to claim they own us. They know. They own nothing. Nothing. Their money means nothing. Because God owns us. Jesus owns us. He is our Lord. He is our King. And these worldly assholes, these what we call globalists, they all know that. They'll try. They'll try to manipulate you with media, with social media, with movies, with shows and that. But the meanwhile is, the ones that stay faithful, like many people before us, are the ones that are most happiness. They're happy. They're way happier. I'm way happier than someone that doesn't believe. Why? Because I know the truth. Jesus said specifically, when you hear my words from the Father to me, to you, that truth will set you free. People play games with that. What do you mean by truth? What do you mean by truth of what? There's a lot of faulty truths out there. That's what brainwashing is. So going back to my brother and I, he's brainwashed. He puts his head up high and then think that he's something. That's cool. And the worldly things, you are something. But in heaven, knowing that it's not my place to say anything or be judgmental like that, but when I see it from my perspective on that, I never see anyone bow their head in prayer. We went up to this Japanese restaurant. There's probably like, I don't know, maybe 50 people there, 60 people there, and not one person was praying besides me. Not one person. One out of 60 fucking people there, only I was praying to bless the food, to bless people around me and that, to give thanks. That's how bad it is. Everybody should bow their head in prayer. Knowing that you don't give thanks to a God that gives you every chance to love him, for that he loves you too. Not one person other than me give any thanks. I bowed my head. I thanked my food. I did whatever it took. I prayed. I was praying during the whole meal and that. I was praying for my niece and that. She was having some aggravation problems and that because she's young and that. She's going through her bullshit. I was praying for my parents. I was praying for everybody around me and that. And it was funny though, because I can feel the presence everywhere. The spirit world is real. I was feeling the presence of angels all over the place. It was phenomenal. They're very invisible. They're really hard to see. You don't really see them unless you can identify certain things that happen. That it's like with the gravity lens, they find black holes. Things get somewhat distorted when they come around, when angels are around. But I felt their presence everywhere. And it's so funny that no one else noticed it. And it's sad because we used to be able to do that. We used to be able to notice the spirit world, the heavenly world all around us. And it's sad. It's so sad. We don't know anymore. We structure ourselves to not see what is actually right in front of us. And we always do that. and it's sad. And like that's one of the things that I'm trying to work with my girlfriend, that you know she gets impatient, she freaks out about stuff. It's like, why do you let your emotions destroy you? That's one thing that I ask. And she states certain things about that, and be like, well, I never get what I want and all that stuff from that. So you always get what you want. You're constantly always buying stuff. What do you mean don't get what you want? You choose not to be happy and content with the things that you have because you always want more, because you're not emotionalizing the item. You're emotionalizing the bought of the item. When women say retail therapy is a fluke of being, you're an idiot for buying shit you don't fucking need, and then you wonder why you're fucking broke. Well, I don't. And one of the things that we teach in that, I teach her that, and she's starting to get a hold of it when I'm with her. And I said, I need to stop buying things and that. I said, if you want to buy things, you can buy food and that because you need nourishment. Food is a better thing to buy. Like she likes buying chocolates and that. She gets a lot of good deals where she works at, and it's good. We bought these big old things of popcorn. These are like Christmas popcorn things. They got caramel, butter, and cheese popcorn. And she bought me another 10. She bought a whole bunch of stuff from that. And I just keep thinking about it, like, when you start to look at it from this perspective, how much do you need survival off of? When you want to be beautiful, sometimes the best way of being beautiful is being just natural. You can be healthy, yes. But sometimes being a natural sense of who you are is the best beauty. These girls, they get fake lips, they get all this stuff and that. They want big fucking titties and shit. And they wonder why, where's the man at? Where's my man at? Where's this at? Where's that at? And they're not there. Because most men don't want all that. We want you as the person that you are. Yes, there's sexy things about a lot of women in that. But we want you for who you are, not for what you look like. Looks are just the arousal factor of reproduction. Because you do the same thing with us. Or women do.
Go ahead and get the easy one out of the way. Here's why. That thing that you're disregarding that men do all day is called work. They're going out there, they're working hard to earn money to bring home in order to support the household. And if he's doing that and you're not, then the least you can do is keep the house in order. On the subject of women and warfare, it's actually been proven that historically speaking, women are responsible for declaring more wars than men. And these wars seldom affect the women because they're not the ones that have to fight them. And if you have a basic understanding of world history, you would understand that sometimes you can't just sit around the bonfire, hold hands, and sing kumbaya. The world doesn't work that way. And on a personal note, I really don't think it's a smart idea for you to say that you're the emotionally mature one when you're the one going on a rant over an innocuous TikTok comment. All it took was 2 sentences for you to set up your camera and to start ranting about how hard your life is. So yeah, I really don't think that you're the emotionally mature one here, sister.
Now let's address this guy's comment. First, after all this sort of covering that women are natural born leaders. They look at their brain scans, they look at their behaviors. We are better leaders. So anyways, let's indulge what you're saying for a minute. If men are out there leading, what are women doing? Are they in the home? Are they cleaning up after you? Are they taking care of your dishes and your clothing? If so, you're the child, because that's what a mommy does. And if you're incapable of doing those things for yourself and you think it's too hard, you are a child.
Huh? You hear what that woman said? We're the one picking up after you. Yeah, because we do stuff that makes it survivable. So you can be able to pick up stuff. It's like when a man comes up to you and tries to fight you, and women try to indicate they can beat up men. Who? Well, like, This MMA fighter woman, yeah, so much trained to fight. She even says, I would never fight a man that's an MMA fighter. She knows her boundaries. She says, I would get my ass fucking obliterated. Because this is not what this is. You women need to stop thinking that you're fucking men. Because you're not. The strongest woman that I know in person, she did steroids and that. She did a bunch of shit and that. She still was barely stronger than a basic man that lifts weights without steroids. Like a basic fucking man like myself. She was barely stronger than me. If I did all the same shit that she did without steroids, I would be stronger than her on steroids. Why do women always want to compare themselves to men? Stop. That's what your problem is. Shut the fuck up. You weren't made. That's why the man. Woo, man. It's in your fucking definition. Female. It's in your definition. You're supposed to support and submit yourself to a man. That's why it's called female. Ooh, man. That's the point. It's in the fucking description of your basic biology. When any woman says, "Oh yeah, I have to stay home," so you're doing an easier job staying home. So what are you supposed to do then? If the man's working, making money and that, and you're only there to sit on your ass, what are you doing? Nothing. Well, so how about you just do the job that's the easiest, pick it up after shit, which not all men are that fucking dirty, so you're just basically saying the percentage of men are... do the job. Men have to go through constant emotional eradication to live like warriors. So stop being so fucking emotional because they have to defend themselves against other men. Women don't do that with each other. Women are manipulators. They lie to each other about how they like each other. I have research on this. It happened with me. I had two girls that liked me. I gave them both attention, but none of them made any moves on me until one of them left. And then the other one, which is the girl I'm talking to now, made a move on me because she knew that I was good because a lot of women liked me. So she said, well, fuck, I might as well get him now. And now she realizes, you are a good man. And now she's thinking, you're too good of a man. I don't deserve this. Yeah, you're right. No woman deserves a good man because most of you women are not good women. You can be, but you want to be miserable. Miserable women go for good men because they don't want to be miserable anymore. Good women, most times, go for stupid men. Why? Because opposites attract. It's a personality trait of negative and positive. Most positive women go for negative men that have issues because they want to try to make things better because they are good. But that's why you don't see negative. When you see negative women go for negative men, their shit never works out. Because the woman's going to try to be good every once in a while to make that man better. But that's not the woman's choice. That's not the woman's deal. That's the man's deal. Men never listen to women. There's a reason why behind that. Because they're not supposed to. When I listen to my woman about my own personal stuff, unless it's really obvious, I'll listen. I'll understand. Like one of the things that I heard from the girl I'm dating that, she says, you never wash your clothes that much. I'm like, I wash my clothes. I wear same clothes because they don't get dirty. Like we wear my same shorts for like multiple days when I'm at work at night because I really don't do anything. I don't sweat or nothing happens. I change my boxers and stuff like that or my shirts. Says, well, you need to wash your stuff. Well, you need to wash your stuff like every day and that. Like, why? That's a waste of money. They don't get dirty. The detergent solution stays in your clothes for more than 24 hours. So you don't need to constantly wash them. That fucking defeats the purpose. It's a waste of fucking money. And so we had conversations like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll think about it, So then I start like washing my clothes and I start doing a little bit of things. That I understand. But that's what women only care about. They care about cleaning shit. Right? I'd rather be working right now than sitting here fucking streaming. Is it about making money? Yeah, if I made money on my streams and that'd be good, but I fucking don't. Says I'd rather be working. She'd rather be at home. Case closed. That comes from women all the time in that. They say, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but they forget how to be a stay-at-home mom. And I said, the best thing to do is that if you want too much out of life, you end up destroying yourself more. But when you only go with what you need more than what you want, you end up being more successful in understanding life because what you need is so small compared to what you want. You want to buy all this crap. Like, I want to buy video games. I don't need to buy video games. But sometimes I get a little bit of what I want. But what I need food. So I buy food. I need protein. So I buy protein. I need pre-workout and that. It's becoming a need now because I need to recover. My muscles fucking hurt. So I need to recover. That's one of the things I do. That's one of my hobbies. But do I really need it? No. I want it more than I need it. Now, sometimes I need it. Like right now, I'm not, I kind of pull my back out a little bit. Not really pull back, my back's a little tense in that. So yeah, I want to drink pre-workout and that. I want to get creatine and get stuff in me to help hopefully loosen that up. I got a massager and that. Massage myself and shit. This is what I'm saying. Like, people have to understand that. And a lot of people don't. If you live life by the bare minimum, you'd always have riches. I did. When I didn't have a girl, when I wasn't like dating and that, when I was at my workplace and that, taking girls out on dates and that, I had plenty of, my money was building up left and right. And now that I got a girl from that, who spends the most money? Women. Women spend way too much money on stupid shit. They're constantly spending. Spend. They get more, they spend more, spend. And you want to look at it. It's like, why do you buy so much? It's like, well, it's because you always fucking want too much. That's the reason why a lot of men don't want to be with women. You want too much. You constantly want shit that doesn't matter. You mostly attach your shit to everything in sight. I did that when I was younger than that. Yeah. Now I don't. I don't care. Like yeah, if something breaks or something really bothers me in that, I lose something. Yeah. But I try not to let it affect me in a negative way. I say, well, shit happens. I'll just deal with it. So that's one of the concepts that I say with her. I said, shit happens, just deal. Just do what you need to do, so be done with it. Don't emotionalize yourself everything that goes bad against you. Because guess what happens? She was worried about some payment stuff and that, And not trying to make fun of her. And I'm just trying to teach her because this is a good lesson to learn for yourself too. The next day in that, she talked about it with her manager and that she settled all of her stuff and then she was happy about it. I said, see, because you dealt with it and all you did was complain about it, and then you dealt with the problem that, see, complaining about something because you're frustrated because you don't know what's going on, but if you never ask, because I did the same thing too with her. See, I'm not perfect. I'm never going to state that at all. I try to understand why that she said certain things towards me that made me feel, like, why'd you even do anything with me then? She went from a lovey-dovey, person that we were really engaged with each other and make each other happy and that, and then she started pulling away from me. And I told her, like, why'd you do that? She's like, well, I'm not emotionally ready for this and this and this. I'm like, well, you can't throw all the emotion, you can't throw the fucking whole, like, house at me with emotions and then all of a sudden take it away. To me, that's saying that you don't want to be that kind of person towards me. So that means that I shouldn't emotionalize over you anymore, which I try not to. So I said specific things, and I got her upset in that. And I'm just like, well, you literally don't think about what you do. You just do certain things. So when you put a logic spin on certain things and that, like you say, well, I just want to be, I don't want to have a title, but I want to be close to you. I said, what the fuck does that even mean? So you don't want to have status with me because that's what the care about is, because your friends or whoever it is don't want to deem me worthy or whatever it is. And I said, right there is telling me you're not submitting yourself to me. We've been dating for over like 3 months now. Of course, it was friendly dating, which nowadays I don't know what the fuck women even think about that. You can't be friends with dudes. You can't be friends with men. I don't want to be friends with her. I want to be with her. And I told her that. I said, I'm not going to accept you as a friend. I'm going to accept you as, I don't know, friends with benefits, whatever the fuck how stupid ass shit it is. She said, she wanted to set up perimeters, so we set perimeters on, and she broke all of them. First, like, 3 days, man. She herself, and I even told her, like, what are you doing? She's like, what do you mean? It's like, you just told me you didn't want to hold my hand anymore, you didn't want to do stuff anymore, and da 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 da, but you're doing it. It's like, well, so, exactly. I said, how about you just give in to your love for me and just be with me and stop playing fucking games? These games that women play nowadays are so fucking stupid. Hence the reason why men are fucking more or less single nowadays. Y'all bitches play too much and you say, I don't know what I want. Get to know what the fuck you want then. Stick with something. And most of these women that do that have had many fucking sex partners. Hence the reason why they don't know what they want, because they've been through with so many fucking cocks and motions in them that they confuse themselves to think that, and that's what happened. And that's the only thing that makes me very upset in that. I'm just like, and I told her before, that I said, I don't give a fuck about your exes. I don't care. I don't care about my exes in my past. I'm not with them. Why the fuck do I want to be like this and that? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. That's like one of the main reasons why I don't want to even get close to her as much as I used to. Because the same bully, like, dude, shut the fuck up, just stop. Like, this is what a lot of women do that go through these psychological things because they fuck so many people, because they're so emotionally tied up with so many fucking guys. And yes, men do it too, but men don't get emotionally attached as close to women do. Women get attached up front, men get attached later on. That's our job, is to get attached later on. So what does that tell you? Men shall never chase women women should always chase men. That's their job, is to find the most survivable way to live life, is to find the best man for them. That's why you dress up. That's why you show off your ass, your titties, your stomach, and every sexual thing you could do to try to get that man's attention. Which means you'll do anything it takes to make that man be pleasurable because you know he's going to make you survive better. But nowadays, women don't do that because most of these men are fucking pussies. They don't see from that perspective now. Women have to be disciplined. Why? Because they don't know any better. That's why they get pampered and princesized. That they lack actual discipline. If they do have discipline, it's because they have to have it because they live on their own. Because they don't have a man. You gotta have a damn man. If you're a woman, find a damn man. Love that man. That's the biggest thing is saying that. All these women, these feminist fucking twat waffles online that saying, oh man, you're fucking old, bitch. You're in your late 30s, early 40s and that, and you're still bitch. Yeah, you know why you're bitching? Because no one wants to be with you. It's not because you're not as beautiful as you were. Yeah, there's a lot of girls in their 30s and that and 40s that are fucking gorgeous women that. It's because you build up too much fucking emotional discomfort with men because you've been with too many fucking men. Knowledge is power. Power can disturb the order of emotions. It's the reason why men have more power than women, because we don't emotionalize our power nearly as much. We can't. Men that do, like the PhD dude and all these fucking men that are brainwashed by society now, they're the ones that use power in bad ways. It's a power struggle between negative and positive. They're both powers. Women can't have too much of that because they're very emotionally all over the place. Some women can, yes. If they're disciplined enough, absolutely. But the ones that are not realize the truth. You gotta realize the damn truth. But no one ever does anymore. Like I try to talk about simple things and that with her the other day or today and that about sleeping and that. I said, well, you just need to relax your mind and that. Listen to peaceful music, think about positive things and that. When you put your mind into a negative realm, you're always thinking negative. Why? If it's not in your control, you can talk about it, but don't have your emotions be negative about it because you can't do nothing about it. Like I'm having a discussion about these things that I can personally do stuff about her, but not about all women around the world. But this discussion doesn't make me emotionalized and thinking super negative. Why don't women like? I don't give a fuck. I know why women like me and don't like me. You know the funny thing is, women that you think that don't like you are the ones that do like you. When a man puts a hot standard on women, like, wow, she's so hot, why would she like me? That you're not thinking like that. It's like saying, or bring up God again. When people talk about God and that, I think they know God and they don't know God, but God knows you. That's what it is with a woman and a man. Men know women. It's our job to know. Ones that don't know are the ones that are fucking stupid and ignorant. Women will never know men because they never do. They talk about men like they know them. What do you know? No, you're trying to do what people do with God. You're trying to control them and make up what you think that they are, and they never know because they're fucking stupid. Same thing with God. When people think, I know who God is, I know what God does and that, and God, no offense, you don't know. Women are not supposed to know. And the reason why they get so upset, because they try to know. Knowledge is passed down. So if I pass that knowledge to the woman that I have now and that, it makes her life better than that. And the senses, she's gonna want to be with me more because she knows that I'm fighting for her to be better, fighting for her to be more healthier, fighting for her to understand more, fighting for her to make her life better, happier. And that's one of the things that she attracted me over. She can hate me all she wants sometimes, or just like what I say. But guess what? That's just emotions. She gets mad at me, I ignore it. Next day she's all like all happy dory and all like this and that. Cause that's just emotions. That's one thing guys have to understand. Women get emotional over every damn thing that happens in their life, and that the ones that don't have more emotional, would you say emotional maturity, that they understand emotions more. They don't give into them as much. Same thing with guys. When guys give into too much emotions, you know, their lives are way worse because they give into too much emotions, and normally they're negative. So then guess what happens? People get fucking upset about it. They're like, oh, what about this? What about that? Like, why are you getting so upset about this stuff? It's not in your control. But it's this and that, this and that. So because your mind's wandering, which is what Jesus says in Psalms, actually, God says it. It says a wandering mind is the devil's territory, which means it's negative because you try to find things to make yourself feel more worth it. When you're not wandering, when you actually adapt yourself to the things that your hobbies are, the things that you actually like and love, you're more or less likely never going to focus on other things other than the things that you like and love. When you start wandering, your mind wanders to think about everything else other than your fucking self and how you should be, to implicate things how other people should be when you're the one that's not doing the things that you want to do. Simple. Do the things that are naturally for you to do and love the things that you actually do love. I love communicating. I love doing psychology. I do those things constantly. I have it in my mind all the time, and I'm thinking about how people do this, how people do that. Just like I have God always in my mind. I have Jesus in mind. I think about Jesus' sacrifice. I think about what he said about, being a good person, that understanding that you have to be love altogether. This world is not what we think it is. It's not what public schools tell you. It's not what the fucking PhDs of go fuck yourself tell you not. When you listen to actual, not Neil deGrasse Tyson's or Bill Nye the Science, go fuck yourself, guy. Them guys are actually fucking retarded. They're just paid mules to say bullshit. When you listen to them stupid motherfuckers talking that, they're fucking dumb as fuck. Neil deGrasse Tyson is not that intelligent. He speaks from a fucking cue card. He just speaks a bunch of mumble jumble stuff and that. His stuff is literally the same shit over and over again. And he knows it too. But he's being paid to do it. So if he's being paid to do blah blah blah, and he's not standing with God with the truth, guess what happens to this? His life sucks. He's being controlled by other things other than, letting God do his job, which is to guide us. Not to say that's his job, I'm not going to implicate what he does, but that's how I see it. Am I a hypocrite with that? I guess I am. But that's how I see it. That his job is to love us, to give us hope, to give us, everything we can to make him, love us even more than that. And a lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of people hate on that. And they hate on it a lot. And it's sad because life is so beautiful. But we're so spoiled as human beings. Hence the reason why we don't understand life. Like, if you took all your crap away, I always say this, if you took all your money away, everything away, you lived off the land, your life would be blessed every day to have food, to have water. Since we regulated life the way that it's regulated, guess what happens? Life is easier because of the technology, because of the knowledge. People don't want to rely on God as much because everything's right there in front of us. That's the point. That technology comes from knowledge. That knowledge came from the fallen angels. All that stuff is not supposed to be implicated because we're not supposed to live life like this. We were more peaceful living without internet. I know that because I was born in the 90s. Life was more peaceful, living in harmony with people and that. We always had block parties and we always hang out with all the children in the area and that. We interacted with each other and that. We played sports together and that. We did stuff and that. As soon as more video games came out, people came to be inside their places. And now look at it. No one wants to leave their house anymore to walk out there and enjoy creation. They enjoy the fucking stone walls they have around us and implicate everything through a TV. And then we lose praise. We stop praying. We stop praising. We stop doing all these things and that. That's what it is. That's why people are miserable. My eyes do not see the life that I used to have before the internet. I was happy. Yeah, I got angry in that. I was more pure in that. Even though I have Jesus in that, even though I feel way happier than I used to. But I'm still not as happy as I used to be. I gave in to things. I can't even play video games like I used to be. I can't do anything like I used to be. I just can't. It's not like it used to be. I can't even play football like I used to be. I can't even play baseball and that, and everything just changed dramatically. My mind does not see how it used to be. I don't give in to emotions as much as I used to. I get aggravated. I give in to the little bits of emotions, but it's not as high quality as it used to. Do I express myself more when it comes down to certain things? Yeah. I don't see like everybody else sees life. I can't. It just doesn't work like that. Because everything that we see in this worldly life is not heaven. It's a worldly thing. But if I go outside and walk everywhere, that's why I walk everywhere. I see the beautiful trees. I hear the birds and that. I am more happier. Just enjoy life. Enjoy the beauty of creation. That's what the problem is. How many times people are bored in that? God is never boring. Jesus is never boring. Creation's never boring. Yes, we were created with creativity. All this stuff made life easier. But where's the struggle at? Where's the struggle of being outside, cooking your own food on a campfire and that? You can buy food from the store and that, but building a campfire and that. Grabbing, a grate and that, get some rocks around there, cook a fat steak on a campfire and that, hear it sizzle and pop and that, get some foil and that, and cook some nice, potatoes and that on an open fire and that. Just hearing nature crackle and pop, seeing the stars late at night, have a hot fire next to you. You maybe got a jacket on or something. You maybe have people around you. Just think about that. Sitting there and just enjoying that. That would be the blessing, going all the way back to how it should be. How many people garden that? They like growing fruits and vegetables that, mostly vegetables and that, are growing some fruits that, like blackberries and that, growing bushes and that. Just imagine going outside every day, picking your food, picking those blackberries. That motivates you to be part of nature. That's what we did back then, way back then. Before we had jobs. We have jobs. Jobs are just survival. Money is survival. But we take that away by working all these hours now, which I understand. We have to adapt to this. So the way I see it from my perspective, I love life. Our day and age that we gotta get a resource called money to be able to get all the stuff that we used to do for free. And we ate less food. We got less things. we were survivalists. That's the mindset. If you want to be a survivalist in this day and age, survive. The more implication of money that you have, not that you make, the better off a survival you're going to have in the long run. So, best way to survive is to group up together and have groups, right? Yeah. So, having a simple fact of budgeting. You know, when you see a fat fucking kid eat too much fucking shit, say back then he's eating all the blueberries and he's just devouring all the sugar and that, and you know he's getting fat, and then what you do is you cut him off. But shit, run out there, you know, so you have to run, get like a quarter of a mile away or even a mile away to go pick some berries. You pick like a whole bunch of berries and shit, and then walk back or run back and shit because you know you're entertaining yourself in that. All the calories you burn off, you deserve to eat all that stuff, right? There's always one kid or one person that doesn't do anything at all. He just eats because he's implicating knowledge too much without doing the survival stuff. Thinking about how life can be easier for them. Life's never supposed to be easy. Life is supposed to be a struggle. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it exciting. The struggle makes it real. That's why I walk everywhere. I like feeling the pain. It's annoying, but it makes you feel alive. That's why we have pain receptors. Like my back hurts that. I feel pain in my back. You know, I got stretched out in that because my back's really tight. It fucking hurts. Is it getting better? Yeah. Am I gonna, you know, be like, oh my god, my back hurts? No, it hurts. I stretch it out. I drink more fluids than that. I eat more salt than that. I know exactly what to do. I massage it out and then I stretch it out really good. Other people, they'll just sit there and be like, oh my god, my back hurts. I need to go see a chiropractor now. I'll pop my back and all stuff. All you need to do is stretch. Your muscles are pretty, like, not that hard to deal with. You stretch. You rest. It's like being sick. What do you do when you're sick? You fight. You stand up. Like my girl, my girlfriend was sick like a couple weeks ago. And that I told her eat salt, salty foods, eat hot foods, and that get your natural body temperature up. It'll kill the bacteria in your throat faster. So you implicate like hot soup, and you constantly ram it down your throat, and that. Guess what happens? That bacteria slowly is going to die out. And the sodium in that is going to attach to your throat, and it's going to kill the bacteria in that because sodium dries out your throat. Most bacteria live with moisture. They live with water contents. That's why you eat salty foods when you're sick, like chicken broth and that. Why? Because it's hot, and bacteria doesn't like hot food. Or you eat spicy foods, sour foods. You know, like people drink apple cider vinegar, white vinegar. Eat lemons and that. Suck lemon juice when you're sick. It's going to suck dick. It's going to hurt your throat and that because it's acidy, but it's going to help cure you faster. So she made some spicy, semi-spicy chili and she was eating like soups and that, and she got better in the next couple of days. She had a fever. Her fever the next day went away. She started feeling better and that, and then bam, she was better. So, exactly. People think about all this. The common cold is the normal sickness that people always seem to get. The allergies, the stomach flus and that, because of stuff that we eat and that. All this antibacterial shit is what's destroying us. Like, I never really clean my fucking room that much. Like, I dust and vac clean that, but I never, like, spray shit all over the fucking place. I don't like doing that stuff. I want my room to be slightly dirty because I want to be able to have immunities to certain things. And my dirty, it's not, like, dirty. Like, I got a sock here. I got a couple things here and there. It's like it's cluttered. It's just dusty. You adapt yourself to everything that you do. Everything you do. Pain is adaptability. When you get pain in your body in that, unless you're fucking dying, like it's an actual wound and you have to like get surgery done, I understand that, but like when it's simple pain, you grow from it. You get stronger from it. Even if you do have to go through stuff like that. That's what it is. And people have to understand that. When we stress out, stress is a form of not knowing. So if you know how to deal with something, you won't stress out about it as much again because you already have the knowledge to know not to stress because you already know what's going to happen. That's one of the things I had to teach my girlfriend that she doesn't like it because she gets really negative in that because inside her mind and that some people, she wants to think, that it's bad to not know things, but that's not the point of it. There's nothing bad about knowing something, not knowing something. There's no such thing. Knowledge is not a feeling of negative and positive. If someone says I don't know something, I try to listen to them. But if it's something that I don't care about, because I know it doesn't make my life any easier, then I'm not going to give a fuck about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So if I learn to give someone knowledge based upon emotional psychology, basically Jesus teaches us emotional psychology by his words in that. He said, you need to love everybody, right? But you don't need to care about negativity from people. Stop caring about negativity. Negativity should be not existing in your life. When lower down your negativity of emotions, so if people judge you over something that's ignorant or stupid or makes you feel unwell, negative, you don't give into it. The active choice of caring about these negative emotions is the reason why they're called temptations. So when you look into psychology and why Jesus said specific things and the way he said it was combating positive emotions with negative emotions. Where he said, I am love, I care, I love, I care, I love, I care, peace, peace, positive, positive, positive. When you give into negative emotions, that's where the demons come in. Demons swarm around you in the spirit world, some less than others, some more than others. When you have the Holy Spirit with you, demons will go around you that, which means you don't get as much negative emotions. Your negative emotions actually go down dramatically. That's why it's called life-changing when you give your heart to Jesus. That's what it's all talking about. People have to understand that. People don't preach about this at all either. That's the concept of Jesus' words. This is why I don't like going to church. They don't teach this stuff and that. Yes, it just, a lot of this stuff came to me. I researched it for a very long time now. And now when I read Jesus' words, it clicks. I understand it. You need to be more loving than non-loving. There's no such thing as hate. Hate is just a different word of saying I dislike something. Liking is different from loving. Loving, liking, and unliking are all different. Love is a piece of positivity between you and people around you. Okay? It's a positive feeling you get with that person. So when you say, I love you, it's a positive emotional reinforcement. That's exactly what it is. You can say, I like you, but love is always a stronger word. Why? Because it actually means positivity. It means you're giving the things that you like and you say, I love. I can say, I like you, but doesn't mean the same as saying, I love you. So when you say you love someone, it's a positive emotion or force pushing on them. Hence why women, or even men, but mostly women that are at a certain age, they don't replicate the same love if they've been with a good amount of people. Women are supposed to be the lovers. They're supposed to be the ones that do the love. The ones that don't because they've been heartbroken too much. And when Jesus talks about it, he talks about it very, very strictly. People that have hardened hearts, the ones that don't give in to anything, they don't respond to any emotions at all. They deadpan, they're zombies in that, or whatever it might be in that. And they don't recall what they do is wrong. It doesn't matter what they do. That's blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. Your spirit is your heart, your love. It's your emotional bounds to your body. And many people don't do it. As soon as you think about it, it's nullifying yourself 100% from God. God is in your presence every day in your life, if you like it or not. But for some reason, you do like it because you still love. You still care. You still want positive reinforcements on you. You still want to be positive towards people that you love, right? You don't need to say it. Like, I love my father, and that doesn't mean I need to tell him that. I love my mother, and that doesn't mean I need to tell them that. I'm here. I give them positive reinforcements. My love is always around. That's how God is. Now that Jesus is sacrificed, Jesus is the one. It's all there for us to notice. So next time you fall in love with someone, understand that's God's will for you to be close to that person. And sometimes it's hard to fight because if you're a man, I always go for men because men don't fall in love that much with women that fast. Women normally do. When you're a man, you say, I love someone, and that woman doesn't respond to it because she second thinks it because she doesn't like the positive reinforcement. That woman struggles with a lot of demons, but she's very negative towards herself. So the demons attach to her very easily. That's why when you look at people that do drugs and people that don't do drugs, has been actually scientifically proven. More or less like when people do drugs, anything that altered their mind from not being into the reality that they're in, they lack that emotional love from God because they choose to be away from Him. They choose to be away from Jesus. That's why they do those drugs, because they don't want to understand. They want to nullify it. Because stress was made to understand the world. When you quiet your mind and you deal with the consequences of all the things that happen around you, you start to see, I don't want to be negative. I want to be more positive. I want to be more happier than I want to be more that. So guess what you do? My prayer is like their drugs. That's exactly what it is. My prayer is like people doing alcohol, popping pills and that. They do all these downers and that. They do all these negative things towards their body and that to have the sense of being positive. But it's all bullshit because it never works. It never works. It's not supposed to work. It never does work. My prayer, my addiction is Jesus. God. I'm addicted. I love it. I love him. 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 People say, well, it's crazy now. Okay, what's so crazy about that than doing math? There's people addicted to playing video games. There's people that are addicted to, jacking off and that. Like, you constantly got to think about sex all the time and that. They pop pills and that. Okay, well, all that stuff makes you feel good for that brief moment. But guess what makes you feel good all the time in that? Jesus, Lord Jesus makes you feel good all the time. And you know why? Because he's supposed to make you feel good. He's there for you. He didn't need to sacrifice himself. He did it out of love. So what does it say about you? You're a horrible fucking person. We're all horrible. We're all sinners. None of us should be alive. None of us. We should all be perished. Like Jesus said Jesus said he could have done. When you go to Isaiah and they talk about the crucifixion, at his one whimper, all humanity could have been wiped out. All of humanity. They said there was all 70-something thousand angels surrounding him at all costs. Angels being as humans in that, being next to him in that, all holding their fucking breath because they knew that their king, their Lord, was going to die as a human. And they were viciously upset. That's one of the things that people never talk about. The angels were so hateful towards humanity because of how we treated someone with so much love and so much holiness. And we still do the same thing today. We still treat him like he doesn't exist because he does. We still treat him like crap because he's not. And this is what the problem it is. This is why people like the disciples are still at it today. Myself. I may not have seen Jesus back then. I may not even hear his voice back then. But I feel him everywhere I go. I understand his words. His words resonate with me. If you don't have that, you will never be contently happy in that because it is the truth. People go against it constantly. I want to be rich. I want to be this and that. That richness, like King Solomon said, he had all the money in the world. He had all the hottest girls, big titties, pussy all over him. He fucked all these fucking women, that thousands of women in that. Gave birth to fucking hundreds of thousands of people, whatever the fuck it is. Guess what? He was still miserable. God said, worldly things will never give you true happiness because worldly things are not meant to be happiness. Heaven's meant to be happy. When you separate yourself from me, you will never know true happiness. That's all it is. And people might argue with this, like, well, that's not fair, though. So what's not fair about that? It doesn't mean you can't do things. Yeah, be happy while you live. Yeah. That's the biggest argument people have. But if you're going against love itself, how can you be happy when you're going against love? You can't be happy. You can't. You're miserable. The sense of happiness is there. Yes, your emotions rebound and you feel present. You feel the happiness of people and that. But that's the whole point. Like, I don't care about worldly things now. I stopped caring about them more and more and more. And it's not that I don't love the things that I do, but I don't see it from that perspective. That's why I said at the beginning that I do not see the way I used to back then. I don't. I don't care. That's why I don't stream that much and play video games for, I do things to keep my mind busy, not because I don't want to be tempted to do other things and that. Absolutely. But I just don't care. Like some people, like they want to care about things so deeply. I'm just like, I just don't care. I don't see to. I don't know. Some people care about things too much, and that I'm just gonna like. I like being happy, and I like keep my mind busy and that. But like, once you understand how life actually does work, and that's the biggest thing people don't understand. They're like, what do you mean? You don't understand how life works and all that stuff, and that's I understand how life works. When Jesus said, when you get to know me and you start talking to me, understanding things, that I will show you the truth. Your eyes will be open to paradise. Your eyes will be open to heaven. You will see things differently than that. Then you will want to preach because it's true. That's not even just me. There's probably thousands of people out there doing the same thing I'm doing. Constantly. Because we are the new disciples of Jesus. We are the new chosen ones. We are the ones that preach. We are the ones that give down and give thanks to Him for everywhere we go. We're the ones that pray for humanity in that. We are the warriors of Christ. We are the ones that are trying to make life better for all the people out there that just don't know any better because you're clogged up with bullshit of the world. We are the ones that are trying to sacrifice ourselves to do what we can to make life better for humanity. That is the whole point of the journey. That is the whole point of all of us that do these things and that. And if people that go against it are always the hardest ones, the ones that don't give heed to it, don't want to understand it, they're the ones that we are going for. It's like Jesus did when He was alive. He didn't. His disciples weren't the fucking royalty ones. They were sinners that got to know the truth. That's why He had His disciples. There's more than 12 disciples out there now. There's thousands of us, hundreds of thousands of us. We are everywhere, and that's what it is. We hide in plain sight. You will not see it as something like, oh, you're like that. That is our job. I pray constantly every day. I pray for everything around me, and I always be praying. And sometimes there's simple prayers in that. You know, when I walk into a room and say I walk into the gym, the first thing that comes to my mind when I walk into a big old gathering of people, I feel Jesus' presence. I feel God's presence everywhere. Everywhere I go. You know what I do is, in my mind, I put a bunch of golden crosses above everybody's head. Instantly. Just all the time, everywhere I go. For me, that implicates holiness. I want you to look in my mind and say, everyone, we are all the same. We are all part of God's creation. Instantly. I do it so often now. It means the act of love. I always do it. I always pray instantly to get rid of negativity. It comes inside my mind instantly. I do it so much, it's ridiculous. I think about sucking up negativity with my mind and burning it out with the blood of Christ, which mostly is just the cross. It's a big, bright, golden cross. I burn out all the negativity. I do it constantly. Everywhere I go, it's triggered in my mind. Always. I always think that. When I go out into creation, I always think about crosses being everywhere, God's presence being everywhere, and suck up all the evil of the world, suck up all this negativity, and burning it all out. Constantly be doing it. It's always in my head. I don't know why I do it, but I do it. Been doing it for a while now. Constantly doing that. Because I don't think we should be negative. Now, having thoughts about things, I understand. We're not perfect. We can't always be positive. I get it. But when you loathe people and you hate people, you're constantly judging people for stuff that's not in their control because you do not know why they're doing that. Sometimes people do stuff out of sheer just doing it. That's what it is. Like, you can say stuff. You have every chance to say stuff. When people, if people go against me and that saying, well, you think you're seniority more perfect, and that's not about being perfect. I accept that I'm a sinner. That's what it is. I accept that I do wrong. That's what it is. I accept my wrongs. I accept as much as I can. I know I'm not perfect, and that doesn't matter how much I think I'm this and that, this and that. I stay positive because I don't like negativity. I don't like it. I'd rather be happy, like a child being born. So every child that's born, everyone gets the hint of the Holy Spirit because children are pure. That's why people get happy when they see younger people in that. But as it goes through life and that, they get more and more corrupted. They stop caring about the world around them, the real world. They start caring about what they see on TV and that. That's what's happening with my niece right now. She's addicted to YouTube. She's addicted to watching other world things happen, that fake worlds and that. And I prayed for her right then there. I sat down next to her. Her vibe was just so negative towards like the world and that. She kept saying, "Oh, why do people want to give me attention?" Blah blah blah. And I prayed for her. I say, "No, please help her. Give her of anxiety. Please help her. To understand the truth. Give her guidance." Right then and there, sitting right next to her. And all of a sudden, things happen. My sister-in-law and that took stuff with that, and eventually she calmed down, and then she started talking about everything. She's like, "I don't know what to talk about." And all of a sudden she's blabbing about all kinds of stuff and that. My mom was just like, "You always know what to talk about. You're always talking about stuff and that." And she did, and she talked directly towards me. She talked about video games and that. And she was just talking about video game and that, explaining in all detail and that. Like, that's awesome. She didn't really talk to anyone else. I never even asked her a question. I was just quiet and that. She's like, "Oh, hey." She's like, "Hey, uncle." And it's like, "Oh, this new game's coming out." So I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." And she's explaining the game and that's about this 15-year-old boy and that going through these struggles and stuff and that. Da, 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 da. It's like a mystery type game or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden, she's blibber blabbered for like 20 minutes about that. No. I was happy that she did that. It made me. That's what she always used to do. She used to talk to me about video games and stuff like that. When I talked about what she liked to do in that. That's what the problem of it is. When you get snared by non-reality things more than reality, you lose track of things that actually mean stuff. It's the hardest thing to battle. Your family always should have people come first before non-people, before technology, before something. That's why I walk everywhere. Oh, I felt so good. Just to give you a heads up, I am human, by the way. But anyway, because I always think about my life and I'm going to be 35 pretty soon, next like month and a half, give or take. I look at my life. What's the biggest thing is like I like lifting weights and that. I do enjoy because it's a good hobby. I like looking strong, like being strong. Am I happy with my life in that? I can't tell that I haven't completed all the stuff that I want to do in that, but the biggest completion is streaming and try to give out to people that actually do need more help than I do. And praising Jesus and try to throw all of his words out I can and try to make people understand why these things work. Always stay positive. Try to throw out negative. Always throw out negative in that. Because what you feel like you should do is God's will. That's why it's there. People get confused because they're like, "Well, I don't know who to be in that." You know who to be. You just have to be it. That feeling you get on your insides telling you do this, do that, do this. That's why we meditate in prayer. When we meditate and we pray, what happens? You calm your mind down. The world doesn't matter. You give in to God. You give in to Jesus. Jesus prepares you for the next step. Try it out. Complete silence. If you want to, put on headphones and that. Complete silence. Close your eyes and sit there. Focus on Jesus. Focus on Jesus. When you focus on Jesus, think about how the way he looks. Read some scripture. Think about the words that he said. Think about how he's going to talk in that. Think about him in general. Think about his sacrifice. Think about how much love he gave to the world in that when he was alive in that, all the miracles in that. Think about it. And then keep thinking about it. and then pray. And then pray. And then ask him. Say, hey, Lord Jesus, I want to get to know you. I want wisdom. I want to get to know you. I need your help. And say, I will give myself to you, and I'm going to let you and your Holy Spirit guide me to the Father. That is how I did it. And give into it. Don't just say it as like a fluke, which some people do saying that. Most people only turn to God, and he knows it because it happens all the time, at least for what I see, because I did it a lot too, is when you are the most miserable. Why do we do that? Because he has to exist. Jesus has to sacrifice himself, and the Holy Spirit has to be real. Because every time we're miserable, we always go to God. So if anyone wants to say God doesn't exist, then why do you go to God every time you're miserable? God does exist. That's the biggest thing. To accept the reality for what it is. Everybody says Jesus' name all the time. Everybody says Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus. It's always with a negative thing. What about put a love on it? Say, I love you, Jesus. Thank you for the life that you gave me. Thank you for the stuff that you gave me. I'm so happy with you. I love you. I wish I can see you. I wish I can talk to you in person. I wish I can hug you and give all merciful thanks to you for all the stuff that you did for us. Everything matters to you because you are the one that matters. You give everything. And what happens when you do that? You feel happy. You feel positive. I'm feeling it right now. You feel great. The biggest thing that the devil always says, he says, I don't want you to know that God exists. So when you give yourself to Jesus, you give yourself to God, you constantly focus on the things that he stated in the Bible, and that you focus on that, your life does change. That's when you get blessed constantly. That's the praise you get. I will give him praise to the day I die. I don't care if I do die because I already know where I'm going to go. And, obviously it's not going to be my choice in that, but hopefully I do go to heaven, that live eternal life with Jesus and all the beautiful things in paradise and that. I hope so. Because I'm a positive person. I love my life. I may dislike certain things about certain things and that, but a lot of it's just worldly things. I learn not to care about the worldly things. I love everything around me as much as I can. That's the hardest thing to do. It's not saying the words. Some people it's hard to say words. It's giving the presence of positivity, giving the presence of love. I had my demons. I went from being pure-hearted, always went to church and that, always thought about Jesus and that. I didn't really thought about the words and that much and that because I was like, I don't like reading that. I think it's just a story that, yeah, that's when I started to give in to Satan. So I started giving in to the worldly things. And I slowly got corrupted. Slowly start to sin more. I never sinned a lot. I never really did anything too bad. But I gave in to stuff, and I kept giving into it, and finally it just broke me. Sad, depressed, suicidal, and that. I hated God for how I felt and that. And what, Jesus states it in the Old Testament, and they say in the New Testament. Said, don't hate me when you're the one that made the choice to be away from me. He said that to Adam. He told him, said, I will relinquish my power, and you can make the choice to either be with me and have my power, which is love, the blessings that, or be away from me. Doesn't mean he's not going to do things for you because he constantly wants to drag you towards him. That's the point that people do not understand. When Jesus said, anyone in my Father's grasp, and his hands shall never be taken away from him. No matter how much the world tries to hate that person or people, they shall not be taken away from him. That is absolute powerful words. It does not matter about death. Death never mattered because death was conquered. People die, yes. But death is not the end. People say that it is. You're all Satanists. Death is not the end. When Arnold says, well, how do we know that there's a God and all that stuff and that blah, 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 blah. You know, these are the people that want to live forever. You can live forever. You can live forever in this world. That's fine. Eventually, you're going to die. And most people that die give repentance. But your eyes will change. Your mind will change. People are going to look at you differently. You stand strong with God's armor. You stand strong with Jesus, like his disciples did. After he died and rose back from death and went to heaven, his disciples were certitude to him. And they knew that they were going to die because he told them. And guess what happened? They died with absolute honor. They weren't afraid. When the Roman Catholics, this is what it is. That's why religion doesn't matter. The Roman Catholics, the people that went against him, said, blasphemy, renounce yourself, and you can live. You know what they said? I will not renounce myself. Because my Lord is the Lord of Lords. He is everything to me, and I will not renounce it. And they got killed over it. And every single one of his disciples, his family, his friends that believe in Jesus are all living with him now. Now people say, you know, not everybody goes to heaven. That true believers go straight to heaven. Noah did, Moses did. The true believers went straight to heaven. I only say that because it says it in the Bible. Some people don't see it from that perspective, no. Enoch did. It says that Enoch became the strongest angel in heaven's army in heaven. He became Megatron. He was the most certain, faithful person, human being ever existed. Enoch. He gave on faithful to everything to God. Because they knew it was true. They knew it was real. And that's the problem with a lot of people don't know it. They don't see it. And a lot of people hate on it. Say, why do you hate on something so beautiful and so pure? And they get mad too. It's like, well, I hate on this and hate on that because this is like, why hate? So they ask you, why hate? Ask the same question over and over again. Why hate? And you ask that same question over and over again. Some people don't understand it. It's like, why do I hate? Yeah, simple question. Why do you hate? Yes, I don't know why. People don't know why they hate. So you hate because you never actually appreciate life itself. You just hate on life because you don't understand life. That's what it is. And that's what drives people crazy. Because they get mad at not knowing the knowledge. So yeah, you get mad because you don't know the knowledge. And once you know the knowledge, you don't get mad anymore. That makes sense, doesn't it? Right? When you lack the knowledge, you get mad and upset. No, I want the damn snowball. Who really throws a ice ball? I'll take that. Cool. Cool. Give me what I want. I'll see that for right now. It's good enough. Okay. Oh, my back is getting better though. It doesn't hurt as much, but still hurts a little bit. Gotta see if she's gonna be trying to call me in that. That is almost 9. Yes, she did. She's gonna say. I'm trying to call her now.